Yeah, it's been great. I mean, this process was definitely everything I imagined. Obviously, a lot of work, getting to talk to teams and just meeting other prospects during combine training and at the combine. It's been great. I'm just thankful to be in this
How many
position.
teams have you talked to about? Can you estimate?
I want to say anywhere from around 13 to 18 teams. So, yeah,
Is
around
there
there.
has there been any like wow moment like in meeting with these teams like you go, like that you're kind of pinching yourself?
No, I mean not really. I mean all the interviews were very smooth. All the coaching staffs were very nice, very cordial. We all had great conversations.
Do you think you'll do any other workouts? Hunter said that he'll do some other stuff. He's a little bit more significant, I think. But is that something that you intend to do?
As of now, I'm still not sure, but at this point, you never know. A team could contact you if they want to work you out or something like that. But as of now, I don't have anything scheduled.
Oh, do you know your plan for draft night yet? Are you going to be there in person at home? Have you had that sorted out yet?
Yeah, I haven't really sorted it out yet. I'm still 50-50 on it. At heart, I'm a homebody, so I'm leaning towards having something at home, but also I've had an opportunity to meet a lot of the other guys that have gotten invited to the draft, and if they end up going, I might go. So I'm still 50-50 about it.
Olu, have you talked to Caleb Williams during the draft process at all?
Yeah, I saw him at the combine. I had a nice little conversation.
What'd you say?
Just catching up. I mean, last time I saw him in person was my senior year. So I mean, it's been a while. We had a lot to talk about and catch up on. So it's a nice, normal conversation.
Has the thought crossed your mind that you could wind up on the same team?
Well, of course, yeah. I mean, obviously, but when we spoke, I mean, we didn't even talk about that. We just caught up. Like that's my boy. So we're just catching up.
Olu, you've been in the spotlight in this process for a significant amount of time right now. Yeah, at this point, what do teams still want to find out about you? What do they still want to know about you?
That's a good question. I mean, you might have to ask them. I don't know. I'm just me. I'm not sure.
What do you think you're showing them, at least during this process?
I mean, just again, my ability to move as an O lineman, because obviously in the NFL, a lot of teams are more outside zone oriented. So I think it's really important for me to showcase my ability to move. And obviously, right here, I wasn't at 100%, but I still felt that I was able to showcase that a little bit.
Olu, the decision to come back, now you're in this process, you've been in it for a while. When you look at the last year, this could have been last year.
Yeah.
What did you learn about yourself, and do you think you're a better player now for coming back that
Yeah,
last season?
I definitely think I'm a better player. I definitely don't regret the opportunity to come back for another year. I mean, this last year has been one of the best years of my life. Just, again, getting another opportunity to be with the guys and another opportunity to compete and just be with this program. And with myself, I really just learned that, at heart I can be a leader, and that was one of the main emphasis is on myself, coming back for another year, just being more of a vocal guy, someone that guys on the team can rely on. And after this year, I definitely feel that.
How much did Penn State change who you are?
Oh, everything. I mean, I think the most important thing that Penn State added was just like that sense of competitiveness. I mean, obviously everyone always talks about how Penn State is the most competitive environment in college football, and I definitely felt that, and that's definitely something that's etched into me now.
How have those leadership skills that you learned this year translated to some of these pre-draft interviews?
I mean, definitely just personality questions, and I like to think of myself as someone that looks out for the younger guys. I know that this year, myself, Hunter, Caden, we took a big step in looking out for all the mid-year O linemen that came in our room last year. So I mean, that definitely helped out a lot.
Olu, what was the craziest question you've gotten? Theo was talking about, he was asked how many basketballs fit on a bus. So I was just wondering if there was one that sticks out.
To be honest, I think I was pretty fortunate. I didn't have too many odd questions. The only question that I got that was non-football related was just between who's the GOAT, LeBron or MJ. So
And
LeBron,
Okay.
yeah, LeBron.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What's it going to mean to you to get to April, and have that night and be able to have that moment?
Yeah, it's going to be great. I mean, that's a moment that I've dreamt of for a long time. It's been a very long goal of mine since I started playing football. And when that moment comes, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do. I'm just going to make sure I embrace everyone who's been with me through this entire time.
You talk about this being a goal for a long time. When did it kind of become a real concrete possibility?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely say last year, just playing, and my teammates just making me aware that I could be in this position to get drafted. I think once they started telling me that, that's when I was like, oh wow, so this can really be a possibility.
During your interviews, have teams, did they ask you about Chop and your thoughts on him?
Oh yeah, they've asked me tons about Chop and Adisa. You know, honestly, in most of my interviews, they weren't really about me. They were just asking me about my teammates, and you know, that's something that I can talk about all day long. Just my teammates, Chop, Adisa, Theo, all of them. I mean, they're such great guys on and off the field, super competitive, and you know, whatever team that drafts either three of them or the rest of the guys here, they're all getting steals.
Olu, what
You
about?
talked pretty highly about one of your teammates, Drew Sheldon, in Indy. What did you see from him that he does well, and how did you see him grow in the first 2 years?
Yeah, so I mean, starting with Drew, he out of high school, he was extremely polished, and that was something that I noticed just from myself when I came out of high school. I was really raw. I didn't really look too good in terms of run blocking and pass blocking, but Shelley was extremely polished coming out of high school. Moves very fluidly. Has a great punch and pass protection, and he has a great work ethic. So he's just been consistently just improving on his skills day by day, and it's going to show this year.
Two more
what
questions,
about
guys.
what about the guys from last year's class, the tackles, guys who you've seen in practice we haven't seen a lot of? What can you tell us about them, and do you think that the position's in good hands?
Oh, most definitely. I mean, with because of Birch, Alex Birch, he's going to be a guard, but Javen and Anthony Donko, again, I could say the same thing about them that I say about Shelley. I mean, again, great guys on and off the field. They want to learn, which is the number one thing that as a young player that you can have, just the want to get better, and they have that. You can see that in the way that they approach everything we do day in and day out, and the future is really bright for the both of them.
What kind of road game roommate was Javen? You mentioned that you guys.
We were hotel roommates, and like I said, I mean, he's just a guy that wants to get better. So, I don't want to make it sound bad, but it was basically like a Q&A, every road game, just asking me questions about my process, what I did to get to where I'm at right now, and again, he's the type of guy that he's going to retain that information and use it to the best of his advantage.
Thanks, Olu.
Thanks.
Thank you, Olu.